There are many countries that have made their tax system very modern. One of them is Russian tax system. I think that Nepal can learn from there. Also to write the tax code and make the tax system of Nepal, tax policy is very clear.
In the year 2025, Nepal Chamber of Tax Consultants is holding the International Tax Conference in Nepal. And so today we have Mr. Roshan Pokharel, the Founder President of NCTC. We'll learn from him what the International Tax Conference is about and what is the organization the NCTC is about. So let's welcome Mr. Roshan Pokharel, the Founder President of Nepal Chamber of Tax Consultants. Mr. Pokharel, welcome to the Offshore Accountant podcast.
Thank you very much.
I talked about the International Tax Conference that is going to be held here in Nepal in 2025, and I talk about Nepal Chamber of Tax Consultants. So you founder and president, the current sitting president of NCTC. So I think we should begin from maybe who you are, right? You are a certified tax consultant. Maybe we can start from there.
My name is Roshan Pokharel. At the age of 18, I was sent to the USSR, now Russia.
Right.
So I did my all education there, and finally I became a chartered accountant of Russia, and then I got certified in 2016 as an international tax consultant. So what is that? Certified tax consultant. Actually, any chartered accountant or let's say advocate who is in tax consultancy or tax advocating,
Right.
so they always know about taxation.
Right.
Yes. So what is consulting? Consulting is this is a kind of service that in the field of taxation.
Right.
Yeah. That we provide to our company, to our customers, business customers.
Right.
But it is not only limited to the business customers,
Right.
So it can be individual person, that he's also always, he also pays taxes.
Right.
So it is also government that it makes tax laws, tax regulations.
Right.
And tax accountants and tax advocates, we need to prepare them also.
Right.
That is also a field of work or services. And finally, that we go to the customers and they have many problems in taxation, because so pay your tax and sleep well.
Right.
There is a saying. So why certified tax consultant?
Right.
So certified tax consultant and non-certified tax consultant, both are consultants.
Right.
But certified tax consultants know the standard and norms of the international body.
Right.
But non-certified tax consultant also may know the subject matter, and he also provides services, but he is not stick or aligned to to the international standard of providing consulting services in the field of taxation. That is the only difference. So whether we need the certification or not, that is another part.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, there are a lot of professionals that do provide tax consulting or tax advisory. Lawyers, they have learned about laws, corporate and taxes laws. CPAs, chartered accountants, right? And some management consultants also do tax consulting. So if they are certified as a tax consultant, the certifying body, I might be wrong, but do correct me, it is trying to put them in the same umbrella where they can share ideas, they can share standards, they can share ethical and other regulations, because a lawyer might have a different perspective from a CPA, right? And the areas of consulting may also be different. So the certification provides them a holistic approach where they can talk to each other about the learnings of each other, but also the certifying body is certifying that the person who is certified is an expert in tax and is able to provide the services of tax consulting.
I would like to give an example.
Sure.
So let's say, can a person build his own house?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But if he's asked to build a very, 10 array building with all communications, modern communication systems and utility systems there,
Right.
uh, can he build?
He can try, but he will have a very difficult time doing it.
Yes,
Yes.
you know that there are
Right.
norms
Right.
of building using materials and all these things. So this is just an example from another field.
Sure.
At the same time, let's say in Nepal there is a bar association. Yeah, so there are many lawyers, but
Right.
they are still not advocates.
Hmm.
So when you go to the court,
Right.
they will ask for the advocate certificate license. Yeah.
Right.
So why? Because there arises a question of trust.
Right.
So, but a person who holds that license
Right.
always has that trust. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no one knows um, which knowledge baggage he has,
Right.
which experience he has of working. Nobody knows, but we can feel. Yeah. But anyway, when he shows the license, that becomes the key. Yes. Whenever he goes across Nepal, he can show and he can participate in the court deals. Yeah.
Right.
So the same thing happens with certification. You know that certificate is a sign of or trust. You know, because he has learned the norms and standards, the ethical and professional code of conduct
Right.
in the field of taxation and tax consulting.
Right.
It's not about taxation. Taxation is one field,
Right.
but how to provide tax services,
Right.
that is another part. And you know, in management consulting, there is ISO guidelines also, ISO 2700, that is guidelines for management consultancy services. And you know that tax consultancy services also comes inside that, in that way that it is highly regulated, or it must be highly regulated.
We now know what a certified tax consultant is and what it does and what the certification means. Certification is a measure of trust to someone who is taking services from a certified tax agent, tax consultant. The certification is a trust that the services that he is providing
Yeah.
is of the top quality, and that he is conversant in all the tax laws, and he is skilled to provide such services. Now let's, I think, come to Nepal Chamber of Tax Consultants, NCTC. Maybe you could tell us about the organization, what it does, maybe the NCTC as an organization and also the affiliations that it has.
Okay, Nepal Chamber of Tax Consultants was established in 2016.
Right.
Yeah, under the rules and regulations of Global Tax Advisors platform.
Right.
So we can say that it is affiliated to Global Tax Advisor platform. So we can say it means that not just we are in that field, that's why we can say,
Right.
but we have received that affiliation
Right.
in 2019.
Right.
Yes, we took it in Busan, a city of South Korea.
Right.
Yeah, we took it in 2019. That's why we are a part of the Global Tax Advisor platform.
Right.
There are more than 600,000 specialists.
Right.
So we say here that we are tax consultants, but now the trend is for tax professionals, you know.
Right.
So what we do? So we're trying now to grow in numbers. Yeah.
Right.
First of all, around 50 CAs and MBA and from other fields. So from lawyers, advocates are inside NCTC. And most of them are, very experienced people.
Right.
very experienced CA advocates, and most of them write books, and they train people.
Right.
Yes. So though they do all these things, still NCTC is preparing curriculum
Right.
for certification. So still we are not certified.
Right.
So only on I am certified,
Right.
and all other life members are not still certified. They are in that process. Yeah.
Right.
So what they do? So most of them know 5 subjects out of 6. They know.
Right.
They are the subject matter. They know tax laws, tax regulations, yeah, or taxation, whatever we say.
Right.
So corporate law,
Right.
accounting, IFRS or NFRS, and there is one field, fifth one, they know, but from the point of consulting, maybe they still have to learn something from there. That is economical and financial analysis of all the transactions, business transactions, from the point of tax consultancy.
Right.
That is another field. Fifth, of course, they know all these things, but we need to look into that from the perspective of tax consulting.
Right.
And the sixth area is the tax consulting methodology. And that is lacking in Nepal, and it comes from from our umbrella company. There is a standard, and so we bring from there, and we need to adapt to Nepal context.
Right.
Let's say CAs don't have to go through all 4 out of 6. They have to be in this 5th and 6th. They have to learn something from here.
Right.
6th, almost all the content they have to. So this is about subject matter. 5 out of 6 is subject matter, and the 6th one is the how to provide consultancy methodology.
NCTC is an association of professionals who already do provide tax advisory and tax consulting.
Yeah.
They may be chartered accountants who provide tax services to their clients. They may be MBAs that work in the field of taxation.
Yes.
But as an association, you also want to provide them with a certification where they will be able to have that extra knowledge that may be required for better tax consulting. And also do you also want to, or do you also as an association trying to develop tax advocacy where you also provide tax advocacy to the government, where they will have benchmarks, or what are the things being done in the global scale that may be used and adopted in Nepal by the government. So you do provide consulting. You want to make everyone certified and give that level of extra level of trust, and also you advocate for tax changes, tax administration changes, policy level changes, where the tax administration could be even better.
Where there is transparency, it grows very well.
Right.
So there are objectives of NCTC, and out of them, there are some of them I would like to state. Yeah,
Right.
just tax awareness. So tax awareness of business people, individuals, all people, and the government also. Second is tax administration system. That is that must be very effective and business friendly.
Right.
Yes. So the tax laws or tax policies, national tax policy, that's why must be workable,
Right.
business friendly, and that economy friendly.
Right.
That tax collection. So what for taxation?
Right.
For tax collection,
Right.
for budget.
Right.
So that must be economy friendly. That is, there is a system, tax rate.
Right.
what tax rates works well or works the most.
Right.
When can you gather taxes the most? Yeah, so that is economic from the economic point of view,
Right.
economic point of view. So we work from tax policy
Right.
making
Right.
to tax um, execution by tax accountants, tax consultants, and tax advocates,
Right.
to tax regulations.
Right.
In developed countries, they all work together. But in Nepal, that separately, we work separately, what I see. And the second thing is there is always a gap,
Right.
yeah, between the taxation system or tax system, what is already developed and what is now in our country.
Right.
Yeah, let's say two pills. I would like to announce that is BEPS. Yeah, BEPS.
Right.
Just say BEPS. Specialists know, and it is transfer pricing that comes inside the BEPS.
Right.
And there's training now, e-commerce, yeah, how to tax them. All these things, can be regulated, can be implemented, and in that way, country can collect more tax.
Right.
So we have for all of these,
Right.
for all of these.
A government cannot function without tax. So a major portion of their budget is
Yes.
through tax. And as tax consultants, you sit between as liaison or someone who is oiling the system where the government has policies, they want to collect taxes, but also businesses also want to pay the taxes, but there can be friction. And as tax consultants, you are lubricants where you help the government collect taxes, but also to businesses and also individuals to comply with regulations, to help them manage their taxes efficiently, to use their investment in such a way that it can be tax efficient and they can also grow their business, right? A mediator of sorts, tax consultants can
Okay, I would say this is an independent body
Right.
between the government and businesses.
Right.
That would be the most
Right.
appropriate sentence. Yeah.
Right.
How can we become independent? Yeah, we can become independent when when we are affiliated to the international body. So, and we have code of conduct and code of ethics.
Right.
We need to follow. So there, this independency, that is also that works well also for chartered accountants. Also the same.
Right.
They must be also independent, and they must work for the public. That they work for public
Right.
people. Yeah. So to defend the interest of public people mostly.
Right.
Yes. So in the same way, Nepal Chamber of Tax Consultants and all tax consultants,
Right.
member or not, they have to become an independent person
Right.
between government and the business.
Right.
And NCTC gathers all of them. On this platform, people start becoming independent.
Okay, going back to NCTC, you talked about NCTC being an affiliate member of the Global Tax Advisors platform. Could you also talk about that platform and how it's divided throughout the world and where NCTC sits in that whole umbrella?
GTAP covers the whole world.
Right.
That's why Global Tax Advisor Platform.
Right.
And for Europe, there is a European Association
Right.
of Tax Consultant, FCE. And in Africa, there is another WAUTI. The association is called WAUTI. And for Asia Pacific, so only three. GTAP is divided into three.
Right.
So Asia Pacific, many countries, and out of them, one of them is Nepal Chamber of Tax Consultants. And that association is Asia Oceania Tax Consultants Association. So some countries pronounce it like AOTKA, and we pronounce like AOTCA. So NCTC is there inside AOTCA and inside GTAP, Global Tax Platform.
There's a global platform and it's divided for three different regions.
Yeah.
And there's the African region, there's European region, and there's Asia
Asia
Pacific.
Pacific.
Under the Asia Pacific region, each country has its own association of tax
Yeah.
consultants, and NCTC is an association for the Nepalese tax consultants. Right?
Yes.
Now I want to go back to the tax conferences that are being held every year, and if I'm not wrong, in 2023, that is last year, it was held in Japan.
Yeah.
This year it's in China, and Nepal is holding, the NCTC is taking the lead in holding tax conference, international tax conference in 2025. So let's talk about that a little bit. So do you have a date that you have fixed where the event is going to happen?
In Nepal?
Yeah.
We are in the process. So I hope we are thinking about conducting in the middle of November 2025.
Right.
That is one option. Or maybe in the first week of September.
Right.
So we are choosing. There are many different causes. So maybe it will be in November.
Right. So at the right around the end of the 2025,
Yes.
China is also now will be holding it in within a month.
Yeah, from October 2020, from October 22 to October 25.
Right. So around the same time next
Yes,
year.
yes,
in
yes.
Nepal.
1 month plus minus. Maybe that would be good for all participants because we expect about 600 to 800. So why I'm telling 600 because we couldn't find any hall that can take more than 600 or 700 people. So
Right.
you know that we cannot accept 700 out of 700. So we
Right.
need to bring Nepali professionals. It is done to, you know, to bring Nepali people to the conference.
Right.
You also all, you know, all people they who cannot go to other countries, then they can join and they can feel the vibe of that and the power of that international networking, you know, that
Right.
so you know, I sit here now. If I want to ask any question regarding any type of taxation, that new or old or maybe, or so now I can make question to 10 of people from outside.
Right.
So that is the power of networking, and it doesn't take. That is like fellowship. You know that you can find that kind of fellowship in Rotary, in all these organizations. That kind of fellowship you can find in a tax organization. That is very helpful.
Right.
Yeah.
So a conference is a way of interacting between tax consultants of different nations. What is happening in their tax jurisdiction? What might be happening in Nepal? What might be the learnings that that could be shared? What might be the difficulties? And they can help each other in understanding where tax administration, tax system, tax policies are going, and what might be learned from each other's country.
Yeah. This is mostly about knowledge and practice sharing.
Right.
You know, where always any country would like to catch up the best practice from other countries.
Right.
Yeah. So and adapt to their countries. So that's about that. Conference is about sharing.
Right.
So where not only specialists, yeah, but also professors, you know, that are engaged in investigation, not investigation, what it's called. So yeah,
Research.
research, and you know, also the government body,
Right.
because they are also interested in how to implement and all these things and what are going on in the international arena, all these things. So what we see on the conference, government bodies participate and the practitioners.
So there will be learning for not just the consultants but also the
Yes,
administrators, right?
yes,
What policy changes that they might need to do to come to speed with whatever is happening in the international arena, because now no country is an island and everyone should at least at some level be neck to neck with each other. Tax administration, because taxes can also be used as a method of evasion, where if there are rules that are not evasions, where some countries may have so little taxes that investment may fly to those countries, or they may be more investment friendly. So the learnings from them would help like countries like Nepal also bring in policies that would attract investments in Nepal, and whoever are already in Nepal, they can have a better experience doing business in Nepal.
what can I say here is Nepal has to adopt many new. It's not new for the international arena, but for Nepal there are new things. Yeah,
Right.
you have pronounced evasion. Yeah,
Right.
that comes from BEPS, right?
Right.
So evasion. So Nepal has to make some international agreements also. So BEPS doesn't come with the policy only.
Right.
So it comes together with the agreement with other countries, you know.
Right.
So they are multinational countries and they have here affiliation and they take the advantage of, you know, such countries like Nepal,
Right.
where all these things are not regulated,
Right.
you know. So we must regulate and earn money
Right.
for the country,
Right.
for the budget.
And tax policies where there is no clarity also brings in problems, where businesses also want to be compliant.
Yeah.
They want to pay their taxes, but if the rules are not clear to them, they will face difficulties. For the policy administrators as well, if it is not very clear,
Yeah.
they can derive different interpretations of laws. Policies, regulations should be such that whoever reads it should understand it in just one way, right? There shouldn't be too many interpretations, and these types of conferences would help understand what the international practice is,
Yes.
what type of benefits or the efficiencies in the tax administration systems have been applied in other countries that could be adopted here, and these would help in making the business community, the business economics be more better.
Yes, that's right. In Nepal, your business is highly regulated.
Right.
No international companies here. Okay, highly regulated, I would say.
Right.
So there are many reasons. So I'm not going to state all the reasons.
Right.
But what is appreciable that Nepal is going to, I think, write a tax code.
Right.
Yes. So tax code, it is no Kar Samhita, I think it is. So everything in one book.
Right.
That is very good because you know, when we have something there written and here and they are differently written, all these things. So this doesn't make sense. We need to bring everything in taxation in one book.
Right.
Yeah. So in Russia there is tax code. So there are two parts. Yeah. First part, it is about tax and tax laws, and the second part is about taxation.
Right.
So you can, in first part, you can say you can find how taxes are defined, why defined, what is the fairness, what is the economic basis for that, and how it is regulated, how it is calculated, all the theoretical parts. Yeah. So in the second part, yes. So you can say VAT, income tax. Also, you know that in Nepal, Income Tax Act covers both personal, individual, and corporate.
Right.
So it can be break down into two. So that will make clear because sometimes, so or in property tax, let's say land and all buildings, everything in one package. Yeah, so we must make very clear. So if we learn something from other countries, so there are many countries that have made their tax system very modern.
Right.
So one of them is Russian tax system. So I think that Nepal can learn from there.
Right.
Also to write the tax code and make the tax system of Nepal, tax policies very clear.
Right. It's quite interesting, exciting that the Nepal Chamber of Tax Consultants is, bringing in all the tax advisors into one umbrella,
Yeah.
where it's helping information exchange between all the professionals, be it chartered accountants, advocates, MBAs, or auditors, registered auditors
Yeah.
in Nepal, and all the professionals together, and they can have one voice where they can also now have their input for the governments to
Yes.
make it better. And the international conference is definitely going to help, right? And the NCTC, since it started from 2016, has come a long way, and you are continuously adding members, and I see it growing every year. What are your plans for NCTC going forward? You do want to add in other members, and also you talked about bringing in the curriculum where you want to produce certified tax consultants.
Our ultimate goal is to establish or to help establish National Tax College. It's not new idea,
Right.
but it was always, it has been discussed in our platform. So we are towards that. So we'll start from certification programs, trainings. So we are only in taxation,
Right.
from all perspectives. So from economic perspectives or legal perspectives
Right.
or financial perspectives, from all perspectives, we are in taxation.
Right.
So we don't go to other fields. Yes,
Right.
but there are many other fields, they are doing taxation.
Right.
So just we are sharing with them this platform.
Right.
It's not like competing with tax advocates.
Right.
It's not like competing with CAs.
Right.
It's not like competing with RAs.
Right.
It's not like competing with other specialists like ASA or CPA. They have their own objectives, their own capacities.
Right.
But inside those capacities, there is a field taxation.
Right.
So they are always welcome to us for the taxation.
Right.
That is NCTC.
Right. So we can say it's a community of tax professionals.
Yes.
Right. They can exchange their ideas, they can exchange their experiences, and when they are under NCTC, they come as a member of NCTC. Now they talk about taxations. They may
Yes.
be doing chartered accountants, may be doing other type of financial consulting.
Yes.
But in NCTC, they will be talking about taxation
Only.
and how we can improve it, and
Yeah.
how we can provide better service, like you mentioned.
Yes.
How the methodology
Yeah.
of providing the consulting tax
Services,
consulting
yeah.
services. So that would be same across everyone, every member.
Not only in Nepal.
Right.
It's the same in other countries also who are the
Right.
members of Global Tax Advisor Platform. CA Nepal and CA Russia. I am CA Russia.
Right.
The difference is, the corporate law, the taxation system,
Right.
only these things.
Right.
So NFRS or IFRS, and they are the same.
Right.
So there is something that if I want to work as a CA here,
Right.
I need to give some exams. That it is not. So I am not equivalent totally. Yes,
Right.
but in taxation also the same. That the corporate law and tax system of other countries are different. But
Right.
we know how to consult.
Right.
We know the subject matter. That's why there is two part.
Right.
One is subject matter. One is the way of providing the service.
Right.
Two things.
Right.
So the way of providing service is also regulated by ISO, International Standard Organization. Let me give here an example. So
Sure.
there is a quality standard.
Mhm.
So let's say why we need quality standard, international quality standard.
Mhm.
So if we say that we need that quality standard,
Right.
yes, then we need certified tax consultant.
Right.
That is also under the standards.
And like you said, there are already members who are chartered accountants who are practicing tax consulting, advocates and such. I had this book, the Purple Book of Tax, for this year, the 7th edition, and we talked about how it is a book written by one of your members. You want to
Yes.
talk about that?
Yeah, I'm very glad to see this book here, the Purple Book of Tax. Yeah, this is written by Mr. Sheshmani Dahalju.
Right.
So I know him very well because he is a life member of NCTC, Nepal
Right.
Chamber of Tax Consultant. And you know, there are many other members also who are writing different kinds of books. Yeah, for CAs, like CAP 1, 2, 3.
Right.
There are many and trainers, and you know that I'm very glad that
Right.
Sesmani Dalju, thank you very much for this book
Yes, right.
to
Such a
Nepali
book,
professional.
Yeah, so this goes to show that the members of the
Okay.
NCTC are skilled professionals, and there is benefit in taking membership of this organization, where you'll be able to share ideas with other professionals who
Yes.
are in the topmost field of providing tax consulting, and also writing these kind of books to help others who are doing tax consulting to other chartered accountants and businesses.
Student can become a student member of our NCTC.
Right.
And what happens that students comes closer to this writer
Right.
at any time. So he doesn't feel that, oh, this writer, how can I find him? Also, he's with us. Sheshji with us and a student with us, that at the same table,
Right.
and he can talk to him.
Right.
He can feel that, oh, so he can dream that how can he become in the future such a writer also. Yeah.
Right.
So he can find inspiration. He can find courage there.
Right.
So he starts daring. How to say, dream to dare, you know that.
Right.
Sometimes people doesn't know how to dream dearly. So dare to dream. They don't have, they cannot dare to dream.
Right. So
And they cannot dare to act.
Right.
So when they come, they start dreaming.
Right.
They start acting.
Students will have access to the role models, those
Yes.
in the field that are doing great things, that are in the top of their game, and when they see them, they will some of it will rub off, right? So when you come in contact with the magnet, if you are an iron, you'll get some of the magnetism.
Yeah.
So you talked about student membership. What are the types of membership that NCTC currently provides?
Okay, general membership, annual general membership, 2,000 fee,
Right.
annual fee, and 500 this application fee or something like that. Prabesh Shulka. Yeah.
Right.
And lifetime membership, so 500 plus 25,000.
Right.
And there is associate member, like some companies can join with us, join to as a member, associate member.
Right.
And student membership.
Right.
You know, a student of MBA or BBA or CA or all these, business
Right.
related subjects, they can be member.
Right. So for students, it can be a sort of an academy where they learn from the experts in the field.
Yes, of course.
With the practitioners. University, in their colleges, they study from their teachers who are academics.
Yes.
In NCTC, when they
From
get
practitioners.
yeah, so they learn from practitioners, and that is quite good. Right.
That is our dream.
Right.
So we are working for that. We are working for that. We are bringing many things. So Anyway, all the good things doesn't happen one day.
Right.
So we are going for that. I was alone when in 2016 I started all these things. Then now I'm not alone. So this year around 21 specialists, NCTC members are participating in China tax international tax conference. So that
Right.
is very good,
Right.
because many years I was alone.
Right.
Many years I was alone,
Mhm.
and that is a good sign.
Right. So this NCTC has come a long way from when you started in 2016. So in 2024, it has already gained so much traction, and now the tax professionals and students and people from business are showing interest and trying to be associated with this organization who is that is trying to make taxation accessible for all. Thank you for your efforts so far, because you have been the founder and now also leading as a sitting president. You have brought NCTC to this level, and also congratulations on now you are getting to hold the international conference in Nepal. So that is quite a big achievement, I would say. I think it's cue for the podcast to end. Before we go, do you have anything that you might want to add? Any questions that I might have left that you want?
I remember AOTCA, that is Asia Oceanic chapter of tax advisors.
Right.
Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, from these countries, this like ICANN,
Right.
they are the associate member of AOTC.
Right.
So that means that if ICANN once, then the ICANN can also become a part of AOTC,
Right.
associate member.
Right.
So I think that they cannot be a full member, but associate member, and that is also a good thing, because that will give the access to international resources,
Right.
resource persons and all these things.
Right.
It's not. That's why I have told that it's not. NCT is not competing with any organization.
Right.
It's only going to do its own job in taxation,
Mm.
from tax policy to tax execution to tax regulations, everything related to that, researches, study, trainings, all these things. Our field is only taxation, tax policy, tax system.
Thank you very much for this insightful conversation. While we move forward, I'd also like to congratulate and also give you best wishes for the conference that you are attending with all the 25 members from NCTC in China, and also best wishes and congratulations for the international tax conference that you are holding next year in Nepal.
Thank you very much. So I'm very happy to be here the first time.
Okay, before we go, we talked about the Purple Book of Tax while we are talking with Roshan Pokharel sir, the president of NCTC, and this Purple Book of Tax, the 7th edition, is written by CSS Mani Dahal, and this 7th edition is, it includes amendments and whatever new policies has been brought in Finance Act 2081, 82. So year 2024-25, everything you'll find here. And if you want to grab a copy, you can go to daraz.com and type in the Purple Book of Tax, and you can grab your copy. So thank you very much. This has been the Offshore Accountant Podcast, and see you next time.